This is France, the seventh largest economy in the world, which has historically been a huge superpower and has a huge role in its geography. If I ask you which countries does France share its borders with, your answer will be Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Spain, and Andorra. Similarly, if I ask you which country has the longest border with France, your answer will be Spain or Belgium. But France's longest border is on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean with Brazil. The reason for this is that the map you are seeing is called mainland France. But if you talk about the total area of France, then from these islands in the Pacific to the dense forests of South America, Canada's coastline, and here in the Indian Ocean, these small islands are all part of France. Welcome to Curious World Videos once again, viewers. Not only this, but these 14 countries of Africa are also indirectly under the control of France because the resources, language, and financial institutions of all these countries are linked to France. Even the rate of currency of these countries is fixed with the French euro. If we go back 100 years from today, France used to look like this. 10% of the world's land area was under the control of the French Empire. From Africa to Southeast Asia, the French Empire's coin used to run. France has always been the most populous country in Europe. Until the 17th century, 1 out of every 5 people in Europe was French. But then, in the wars and the French Revolution, about 2 million people were killed. And then in World War I, 1.2 million to 1.3 million French were killed, after which the French population became very low. And to find a solution to this, in the 1960s and 70s, France kidnapped thousands of children from these islands and took them to mainland France to boost its declining population. Anyway, we will talk about the French Empire in a separate video. In today's video, we see how France's geography made it such a rich, powerful, and developed country. France is the only European country surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, of which 2 seas have access at a time. One is the North Sea and the other is the Mediterranean Sea. We will talk about this further in the video. But first, let's see what kind of countries the border of mainland France is with. If we mention the GDP per capita of neighboring countries of France on this map, then you will notice the wealth that is circulating around France. When so much money is circulating in your neighborhood, then its effects also come on you. Anyway, now let's talk about France's core geography. First of all, if we zoom in on the southern side of France, there is the Pyrenees mountain range between the border of France and Spain. Because of this mountain range, France always gets natural protection from the southern side. In the 8th century, when the Muslims occupied Spain, their next target was France, and from here they wanted to go to Europe. But it was very difficult to cross this mountain. The Muslim armies crossed this flat area and reached here. But the entire Pyrenees range proved very difficult for them, and they could not conquer France. Obviously, there were many other factors in this, but geography did play a very important role. Similarly, on the southeastern side of France, there is the Alps mountain range with the border of Italy. Alps is the highest mountain range in Europe, and it is spread over 8 countries. Because of these mountains, half of the eastern side of France is also safe. And then the rest of the eastern side is safe because of the Rhine River, which divides France and Germany. In this case, only this northern area remains, which is completely flat, and historically, this is the border from where Germany attacked France 3 times. Once in 1870, then in 1914, and then finally in 1939 during World War II. Apart from this, France is almost naturally protected from all sides. Similarly, if we come to the northwestern side of France, this area is economically very important for France. First of all the trade in Northern Europe comes from the English Channel to the Celtic Sea. And then it crosses the Bay of Biscay and reaches the Strait of Gibraltar. And from here it goes through the Suez Canal to the Middle East and Asia. This English Channel is the world's busiest sea junction. And France is located just above this heavy traffic route. Similarly, France is the only country in Europe whose North Sea and Mediterranean Sea have access to both the seas. Therefore, for countries like Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, and Netherlands, the easiest and shortest way to trade from Asia and the Middle East is through France. Another advantage of access in the Mediterranean is that France can easily reach up to 3 regions. First, through the Strait of Gibraltar to America. Second, It can easily trade from all the countries of the Middle East through the Suez Canal. And the biggest advantage of this is that all the goods coming from Asia and the Middle East to St. Louis port can easily reach the center of France through the Rhine River and other European countries. Similarly, there is the Atlantic Ocean on the western side of France, because of which it has direct access to North and South America. Now, if we come back to the English Channel, here is Britain on the western side of France. The sixth largest economy in the world, these two countries have built a railway tunnel to boost trade between them, which connects Folkestone in the UK to Calais in London and northern France. And then there is a great rail network here which goes to Paris. A railway line from Belgium also connects here with this network. So in this way, Central Europe through France also connects with Britain. And secondly, all the land here is very fertile. Because of this fertile land, France is also the third largest country in Europe to export agricultural products. Because of these rivers, France has the second largest agricultural land after Ukraine. And on top of this, France's second largest energy source is also the electricity generated from these rivers. So all in all these factors together make France's geography very ideal. Even if we talk about the islands of the Indian Ocean, France has maintained a very heavy military presence on these islands. And the reason for this is that it not only protects its trade containers from here, but also keeps a close eye on the geopolitical situation developing in the Middle East and Southeast Asia. So these were some amazing facts about France's geography. I hope you will like and share this video of Curious World. Thank you very much for your loving comments. Do subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video with another interesting topic. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.